what I allow my clients to do through working with me is removing everything that isn't you. And this is why the majority of men's dating advice online is complete and utter garbage, because it forces men to try and become attractive by adding more things, yeah? Oh, add more lines, add more fake confidence, get your eyebrows threaded, build more value, do more, achieve more, be more. When really, if you're looking to get a wife-worthy woman who you don't need to put a performance on for without pretending to be something that you're not, you show up into your conversations with the mentality, this is me, take it or leave it. I want to put this one together and explain to you why you must be repulsive to women. Okay, and when I say this to my clients, usually they're confused by it. They're like, Christian, I don't want to be repulsive. Well, yes, you do. Right? I'm going to explain why, because the problem with most of the men's dating advice online is it's complete, utter horseshit, right? And the reason why is because it confuses men into thinking they need to be something that they're not, right? This is why old school game advice, it was manipulation disguised as game, right? Old school game advice didn't work because it forced men into pretending they had to be perfect, yeah? It forced men to wear a mask. It was almost like this 10-minute sales pitch. And what would happen is the woman would fall for the idea of them rather than the actual them. So when I say be repulsive, what I'm talking about is showing up. Let's say today you approach a woman, right? A beautiful woman. What I say to my clients is, rather than pretending to be something that you're not, rather than pretending to be perfect and stoic and cool, own whoever you are in that moment. Like for me, for example, whenever I approach women, usually I'm not really feeling it. Usually I'm not in the mood. Oftentimes my mind goes blank. My mind might even go blank when I'm making this video. I'm not trying to be perfect. Instead, I'm leading with radical, lethal authenticity, right? When I show up for women, when I show up to the camera, when I show up for my clients, the mindset that I've got is, this is me, take it or leave it, okay? This is why I say to my clients, you don't actually have dating problems. You've got personal problems that affect your dating life. You might be in a similar position to where my clients are at right now, where you know, logically, you're dateable, right? You know that. You've probably done all the things that society told you would get you an incredible dating life. You probably focused on your career, you built your value. You might have locked yourself inside of a room for 5 years working on yourself. And now you're looking around at your life and you're thinking, well, I've done all those things and it's not fucking worked. The thing that I make my clients understand is, when you're showing up in your conversations and you know you're dateable, there's probably a part of you which craves universal validation. You want to be universally liked. You want every single woman to like you. There's a really great piece of literature. It's called 1,000 True Fans. The point of that literature is simple. And this, if you understand this, it will make dating 93% easier, right? 1,000 True Fans makes the point that you only need 1,000 people who absolutely love what you do. If 1,000 people pay you $1,000 a year, you've got an incredible business. But think about it. There's about 8 billion people on this planet. Out of those 8 billion people, you only need 1,000 people who fucking love what you do and giving you $1,000 a year to have an incredible business. It's even easier with dating, because with dating, you only need one, right? You only need one. If you've got 2 women who are fighting for your attention, you've got an abundant dating life right there. But the problem with guys today is they're trying to be everything to everybody. They're trying to be universally liked, universally attractive. But the way you win in the dating game, in the business game, in the social connection game, isn't by being everything to everybody. It's by being the right somebody for the right somebodies. And all that means in plain English is, when you're presenting yourself to the world, when you're showing up on calls for your clients, when you're showing up in the streets expressing yourself, when you're in a cold approach conversation, the goal for all of this, and what I'm doing for my clients, is I'm giving them permission to act in a way they've always wanted to be, but have been too scared to try. Think about, you know, the movie Fight Club, yeah, with Tyler Durden, right? Tyler Durden represents who you could be, right? And for me, Tyler Durden is not a character. Tyler Durden is a choice, because within all of us, this is what I found to be true after working with over 200 dateable guys and also doing a lot of my own internal growth. Within all of us, there is this conflict of identity. There is a version of ourselves who we want to be. There is a version of ourselves who we think we should be. And there's a version of ourselves who we've always been. And when you're out here on the streets approaching women and you're in your head, you're thinking too many steps ahead, you are self-judging yourself. You might see every approach as a make or break situation. You're feeling that conflict in identity. You might think you need to present yourself as cool and suave and charming, when really what you need to do, and what I allow my clients to do through working with me, is removing everything that isn't you. And this is why the majority of men's dating advice online is complete and utter garbage, because it forces men to try and become attractive by adding more things, yeah? Oh, add more lines, add more fake confidence, get your eyebrows threaded, build more value, do more, achieve more, be more. When really, if you're looking to get a wife-worthy woman who you don't need to put a performance on for without pretending to be something that you're not, you show up into your conversations with the mentality, this is me, take it or leave it. Because otherwise what you're doing is you're approaching women and it feels like you're performing. It feels like you're putting on an act. And what I've found is if you follow this old school game advice of, oh, just pretend to be this high value guy who's got everything together, who is completely perfect, has no flaws, has no imperfections, you're removing the part of yourself that this woman is going to fall for, right? Because this is what women crave, right? They want your edges. They want the imperfections. Like when you're talking to a woman, let's say your mind goes blank, rather than weirding yourself out, rather than trying to make a joke or pretend like it's not happened, own that shit. State transparency, right? Look at me right now. I'm in Bangkok. I'm sweating my absolute tits off. I could have decided, oh, you know, we need to do this again. I don't look that good right now. Fuck it. Own it. Just have this lethal transparency where you can penetrate the world with your truth. And that's what this game is about. That's how you get results in business, in dating, whatever the fuck you want to be successful at. People relate with real, okay? And I think in the world that we live in now, everybody's faking it. Everybody's pretending that, oh, I'm perfect, I have no flaws. And when I tell you, and when I tell my clients, you must be repulsive, it's simply about showing up as you are and removing everything that isn't you, right? This is what I do for my clients. When I'm working with my clients one-on-one, we are removing their social blocks in the same way that when Michelangelo was asked how he sculpted the statue of David, he responded, I removed everything that wasn't David. So if you're a guy, logically, you know you're dateable. You're in shape, you've got money, you dress well, and you know you are attractive. And maybe you are going to the gym, you are making money, you are working on yourself, but you still feel as though something's missing. You still feel blocked. You're in a conversation with a woman and you're trying too hard to be liked. You're trying too hard to be perfect. You might not even be going out there to meet women right now. You might think you're going out to approach women to get dates, but really you're going out there to be validated. You might want to be wanted. You might crave universal approval from the feminine. But remember, when you are repulsive, not in some vulgar, obnoxious way, right? But when you are repulsive in the sense that you are showing up exactly as you are without apology, the right women will show up. The wrong women will get repelled. And this is exactly what you want. Whether you're making a personal brand online, like I put this content out there into the world, I know a big portion of people that come across my content will not like me. For whatever reason, I will trigger them. And this is what you want to do in life, right? If everybody likes you, you are not living, right? If everybody likes you, you're too vanilla. You're not truly penetrating the world with your truth. Because here's what I found to be true. Having worked with over 200 guys, I've done 2 solo skydives at 18 years old, I was a magician for a decade, I've solo traveled to over 30 countries, I'm building this personal brand online. What I found to be true, the more you put yourself out there, the more you will trigger people, because people want to see you do well, they don't want to see you do better than them, because it holds a mirror up to who they could have been. Like for example, have you ever been to the gym? You're training, you're lifting, and then this guy walks into the gym who has got a superior physique to you. He might take his shirt off, his physique is like elite condition, right? Usually, this is for me anyway, when this used to happen to me, when I used to travel to Bali and the guys there, they were in better condition than me, that feeling of inferiority, the way that I perceive that now, it's a mirror, and it's a mirror showing me who I could be. Right? Whenever you see people, whenever you get triggered by people, whenever you see people who are doing better than you, who are outperforming you, they are illuminating the path to show you who you could be. And this is the whole thing, right? When you are repulsive in the sense that you are showing up with lethal, radical authenticity, this is how you find your women. Because if you're watching this, you probably just want one woman right now, right? You probably just want to have a best friend who you can have sex with, a best friend you can travel the world with, a woman who likes you for you. And this is why the old school game advice does not work. This is why the way that I say to my guys is go out, do 100 daytime approaches, okay? 100 daytime approaches. Ideally do that in 7 days, because every time you show up in an approach, every time you approach a woman, despite the fear, despite the conditioning, despite the hesitation, you are investing into the identity of the man who is already there. He's just buried under bullshit, fear, compliance, sedation. So being repulsive is the best dating strategy. Ignore what these manospheric red pill commentators are telling you online. Oh, you need to add more value, you need to be a deca gazillionaire with a fleet of Bugattis. Sure, you can work on yourself, you can improve what you've been given, but understand the right women, there are women out there right now, and by showing up as you are, they're just gonna love you. And this is the way that I play this game now. I'm not going out into the world to be everything to everybody. I'm going out to filter for my fuck yeses, right? And you might have had this in your life as well, where you approach a woman, you don't even do anything crazy, you're not even, oh, sad baby, you're not even trying that hard, and you might have approached a woman before, and for whatever reason, she just likes you. Her eyes light up, she's playing with her hair, she almost makes it easy to say yes. These are your women. These are the women you're going out here for. You're going out to find your fuck yeses, and the only way you're gonna find your fuck yeses is by showing up as you are, as opposed to how you think you should be.